Anytime you want, sir.
Please, Mr.
Just quickly, yeah, go ahead, Ed, go ahead.
This country right now, and it's pretty cool that our borders are closed, stock market's up. We got data plants being built all over the U.S. and people are making money. So and families are going home, and people getting off the welfare. I like it. I just love the way the country's moving. That's all I want to hear.
You're so MAGA. I hate the fact that I'm a Democrat and I'm jealous. Well, I mean, Jesus said don't be jealous, but sometimes it's hard. Mr. Edward, you're an awesome human being. And I appreciate everything you do for your community. Because I know, you and I have had extensive conversations about, what you do for your community.
To be honest, though,
I think you're a great leader. Go ahead, Mr. Pepe.
I almost feel like Jesus would be a fucking socialist hippie, like in real life. I'm just saying. He'd have his strong boundaries, but maybe this is a difference in religious interpretation. Now, I'm not going to say like the Catholics have the right way to interpret Christianity. It's never been my goal. Is that once again, I'm not a religious person. I have a great deal of skepticism, and I don't. As a non-religious, I look at a lot of this stuff as being. With that being said, I feel like Jesus.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Hold on. But I feel like Jesus was kind of like with the Catholics, it's just like the self-sacrifice to like care for the sick and the poor, the downtrodden, all of that stuff, and I forget my original point. God damn it. Wait.
Maybe you're fine.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Tables, and the evidence of that,
Listen, lady. Listen, Bridget.
Lady.
Yeah, please give me a second, lady. Bro, Pepe, in all reality, we have our own belief systems and how I believe in Jesus is how I believe in Jesus. If Jesus hung out with me right now, I'd make him a pork chop sandwich and he could put some hot sauce on it. It's pork, or you can't do that.
That's not a Christian belief.
Yeah, well, Jesus is a pork chop sandwich because I can make a really good one.
No, it's more like I still remember my original point. Like, holy shit, I hate this.
Well, you were talking about belief systems, and you were asking a question about
Could I?
Yes, sir.
So, hello, universe. Hello, Molly, Beaver, Bridget. I hope all of you here. Universe or Ali, you want to share anything before I present something?
Oh, go ahead. I just wanted to that Bridget talking too much, and you are not the center of the world. Okay? Just be cool. Yeah, Ed, go ahead.
Because I do study the scripture, both Old Testament and New Testament, I just want to present some things to us. This right here is Passion Week. I don't know if you guys know that. But some people get ready. Last Sunday, Palm Sunday, if they actually put palms down as he was riding into Jerusalem last Sunday. And it took only 7 days for them to go, Hosanna, Hosanna, King of the Jews, celebrating him riding in on a donkey. And then they put him before the council and committed the man to be crucified. But most people today are, unfortunately, not what I call scripturally literate. We talk about stuff, but not really read it. So there's
does not get to eat.
Exactly. Thank you, Richard.
Yeah, he will not.
So, exactly. Get not eat. Okay? So I want us to all think about this. How would I, scripture, that says if a man does not work, he should not eat? Well, how I look at that is this. God is saying, created you in my image. I sent you to the planet, to the womb of your mother, where you were fearfully and wonderfully made. I actually put talent inside of you. And now you have decided not to use any of the talent I gave you. And God said, if I don't use my talent, I don't work. God himself, in scripture says, that Edward should not eat. Fortunately, I'm going to say to you that our country feeds people who are non-productive. So what we've done, we have now put people on the back of other people, meaning that even our Constitution, the three documents that we have, says that we hold these truths to be self-evident. You hear the word self-evident? That all men are created equal, not born equal. No, it says not born equal.
Under the eyes of the Lord.
Hold on, Bruce. Hold on. Let's finish my point. Okay? Yeah, I got it. I know where we're at. It says, and we are all.
You just got me excited. I'm sorry.
All right, no problem. Unalienable rights, right? So we have rights to what? To life.
Can I ask you a question real quick? What are you defending right now?
No, you can't. Let him fucking finish. Like, we were all
I
quiet.
just really don't know where we.
No, but we are. God damn it.
He said yes. So.
You don't have
He did not say yes.
curse God over it. Like, come on, man.
Okay, hold on. I did tell her yes. So Bridget, you asked me, I'm not presenting anything. Actually, I'm presenting something, and you answered one of the questions. You said they should eat. So my presentation is that I'm going to the room title, the hottest country in the world, because we have three documents: the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and our supreme law of the land, the Constitution. It's not Donald Trump. I want people to understand that. The supreme law of the land is our Constitution, not a person. I don't know why we missed that, but it says this in our preamble that we the people, hold these truths to be self-evident. Unfortunately, I meet a lot of Americans that have no self-evident truth of who they are. They want someone else to bail them out of whatever challenge they've chosen, and now they have a problem, and now they're looking for help. Okay? So you have a right to life, wasn't given to you by government or a man. You have a right to liberty, wasn't given by government or man, in whatever you choose to pursue. And I'm going to land on this guy. Whatever you, as an individual person, choose to pursue, that's what's going to make you happy. That's your own intellectual property. That's your intellectual property. That's all it is. Okay? So at the end of the day, why should one American take from another American when America is not being productive? So what Pepe said is, I personally do not believe that no one in the New Testament or Old Testament, go back to King Solomon, King David, they were kings. They were not poor people. Abraham was very rich. Okay? All due to the people. Jesus did not ask people to follow him that was just some broke dudes. As you go back and study it on your own, they were all business people. They were men of means. You cannot walk away for 3.5 years and follow Jesus and not be able to live right. 3.5 years in public ministry. Okay? And they actually had a treasurer. Do anybody know who the treasurer was in the 12?
Okay, let's just end this. Well, thank you. You've been on the rant. You've been on the rant.
Hold on.
They're just going to slander, man. I gave you my time.
Shoot him in the face.
No, you're not going. You're not. Okay, hold on. First of all, you got your.
Wait, is it your time, our time, or God's time?
This is why I need to kick him down. Why are you interrupting Mr. Edward? Let him finish and then you can go.
Well, maybe next half an hour, hopefully.
Well, Edward, I'm sure Edward's gonna wrap up really shortly, and then, like, yeah, I get it, but I mean, just let him. He was being talked about this whole time, so just if you could please let him finish. And
Beetlejuice, and Mr. Edwards.
So all I was saying is Pepe made a comment. I just gave you different information. The word reckless
that you read, that's from the Declaration of Independence. That is not the law of the land. And that is not a preamble to the Constitution. The Constitution is, you should know that. Just go read it. Read the people of the United States in order to form a more perfect union, to establish justice. And I'm saying this off the top of my head, and the rest of it. So that is what you read is not the preamble to the Constitution.
No, it was a preamble to war.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Number
No,
two.
it was a declaration.
There are not three documents that actually are legal documents. The Constitution is comprised of two separate sections. One is the three articles of the running the business of the government, and then you've got the Bill of Rights. The whole two things in its entirety is called the Constitution of the United States. Okay, there are not three documents. There's only one document, the Constitution of the United States. And so you just got to get some of this basic stuff. If you're going to be thinking to be a teacher, you need to understand and know your facts. As a matter of fact, I can from the top of my head, I have memorized all 10 amendments.
There's 27, thank you.
No, the Bill of Rights. Okay, you have no idea what you're talking about.
The Bill of Rights is 10 amendments. He's right. He's saying he's got the.
He is right. He is right. Yeah.
The Bill of Rights are the first amendments that actually were introduced initially, and they had to be ratified fairly quickly to get the ratification from the 13 states. Now, in the Ninth Amendment, Madison thought that are not the only rights that people may have. So put an amendment in there that basically saying the enumeration of certain.
I'm so fight right now.
Hold on a second. Okay, well, you're not interrupting me, but I don't know you're complimenting me or against me, I'm not sure. The point that I'm trying to make, Madison and founding fathers, they knew there were going to be more rights as the federal society progresses. So there is the Ninth Amendment that provides a bridge for the rest of the 17 amendments to be added to the amendments, okay? So the point is here is you got to go back, read a little bit more, scratch your head, and then maybe we can have a conversation about it. Now, I don't know what jibber jabber you were making about that.
Have you ever heard of the Constitution?
No, hold
No, didn't I let you finish?
No, you did not. You interrupted me. Hold on, you interrupted me, Ali, hold on, Ali. You interrupted me when I was talking. I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you. You know why I'm going to interrupt you? Hold on, bro. Hold on, please. Okay?
You should come from a place of knowledge. I don't want to
What?
Okay.
Place of knowledge?
Ali, hold on 1 second. Breathe, come on. Ali, I want to ask you a question, okay? When the Declaration of Independence was written, was it part of the Constitution? I'm asking a question.
No, the Constitution, the way we look at it right now, the Constitution.
No. Don't do that. I'm asking a simple question. No, I'm not going to let you finish because you're not going to go down a diatribe. I'm going to ask a simple question. I want you to give me a simple answer. When the Constitution of the United States in Philadelphia was done, was there a Declaration of Independence and a Bill of Rights separate from those documents? Yes or no, bro?
Okay, so.
Dude, a fifth grader can answer that question.
All right, I'm done. Ali, listen, Ali, you're not being disingenuous. You're being disingenuous. No, I'm not going to. No, you know why? Because you're being disingenuous. You know why you're being disingenuous? Because you know what I didn't say? I didn't say anything wrong about the information I was providing. I could have misplaced the places where they are. But what you decided to do was tell me that someone was not knowledgeable and I can scratch my head. Do you know that's insultful? Do you understand that? I did not insult you ever. Not one time. Never spoke down to you. But you decided to gave some information that's probably not normally on Clubhouse. That's all. You don't need to correct it. Just add to the value.
Okay, are you done? Okay, here is my point that I'm trying to make. You presented the information incorrectly. There are not 3 documents. That's number 1. Declaration of Independence is separate from the totality of the Constitution. And also what you recited is not a preamble to the Constitution of the United States. It is from Declaration of Independence. No, that's point number 1. Now, point number 2, now when we look at the Constitution, the Constitution, the first part, the 7 articles of the Constitution, and the first 3, and the rest of it being the business of the government, separation of the church, I'm sorry, there, how to run the rest of government. Now, the Bill of Rights, which is 10 of them initially, that is what correct, it was added to the Constitution later on, and it was ratified. So,
what do you know about Article 1, Article 2, and Article 3 of the Constitution? I'm asking you because
Where are we going to steer the conversation? This is stupid.
what is wrong with you? Hold on a second. So chronologically, the Constitution.
oh, you're talking crap about America, and I'm gonna.
Bill of Rights were ratified later. Actually, it took about 7 years from the Constitution being written down and ratified till the Bill of Rights actually was ratified by the 13 states. So it took about 7 years for that to occur. So chronologically, there were 2 documents. The first document and then the second document. But in totality, they're not 2 documents. There's only 1 document where we talk about it, and that is the Constitution.
Dude, are you just this big of a blowhard, or you having you make your point, bro?
He's trying to explain literally the history of America to you, and you're like, are you this part of a blowhard? You have to explain all 84 of the Federalist Papers? Do you really need all of that, fucking runway? Yes, that is America. Hello, hi.
Well, thank you, Bridget. I appreciate that. And Bridget, do you know what she talked about the Federalist Paper? You know what that is?
Well, I'm personally an anti-federalist. If you ask me,
That's okay.
they would call me SpongeBob SquarePants.
Being an anti-federalist, it does not answer my question. I'm asking you, do you know when Bridget talked about Federalist Paper, what she's talking about?
Yeah, the Federalist Paper and the Anti-Federalist Papers.
No, there's
I'm literally an anti-federalist.
You don't understand. Tell me what are the Federalist Papers? Can you tell me the history?
Well, that was Madison that did the Federalist Papers.
That was Jay Hamilton
and Madison, and they split, and they used to be best friends, and they hated each other at the end of their lives.
So let me give you a little education here, and I'm sure Ed will agree with me here.
Sorry, Richard, we're not centering you anymore. We're centering on you right now.
There were 84 articles that were written anonymously by Madison, Jay, and Hamilton a year, 12 months before the ratification of the Constitution. They were by writing these papers. Publishing,
I love 8th grade, like the 6th class all over again.
It's the most robust and rich document in terms of...
Dude, 1988, no crap, I was 13.
Oh, okay, I think I'm wasting my time trying to educate you. Anyway.
So who won? Who was right, guys? What's the verdict?
No, it's not being right or wrong. I think Ed's points are, well taken. I know what you're trying to say, but I think we're from my
Our conversation got derailed, and so it doesn't matter.
Well, we agreed with everything, actually. So anyway, I'm here to learn. Somebody can teach
Bro, my name is Brian. Why you gotta be a jerk? Do I have to say it's Brittany, bitch? Like, what's that all about?
You act like a brie cheese. You open your mouth too often, okay? So,
Creamy.
Wallace, let me...
Always talking shit.
So anyway, the point is, I'm here to...
Yeah, let him go. Let him go, crap.
But, man, you talk like a 3-year-old with a serious diaper rash. Every 5
I had a slight speech impediment when I was growing up.
So,
You know what I mean?
ask your mommy to change the diaper. Maybe you feel better.
Sounds like he has a dad who's late on child support.
This is so fucking retarded. Listening to this bullshit that's gone back and forth, like I've totally lost interest.
Should we go back to what you were doing, Pepe? Should we just? It was more fun.
So can I, Ed, go ahead, please, Ed, go.
Just trying to figure out if Ali gonna, hold on, I'm just trying to figure out if Ali gonna fuck Bree or Bree gonna fuck Ali, because they've been arguing so much, you know? I mean,
I'm a heterosexual man, so no reach around.
so Bree gonna be on the Ali's gonna be on the bottom.
Oh, William, hi.
Okay, hello, Joe.
Hi, Edward.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm not a perfect human being. I can acknowledge that. Come into a space and just call out stuff because you can't doesn't mean shit. That's all. But what I was trying to do was respond to Pepe talking about socialism. When you think that Jesus would probably address it, and you did not address any of the scriptural topics, Ali, that I was talking about. You addressed the actual constitutional facts, which is perfectly fine. You have that choice. But at the same time, I'm not an arguer. I'm not trying to argue. And Bridget, I don't know why you decided to put in the chat, he's loud and black. I don't know where that comes from. Maybe it's just kind of crazy that you would actually type that it actually came to your brain. You actually typed it. It's just, wow, it's pretty interesting. But it tells
What does that even mean? You're louder than black?
Yeah, what does that mean?
What does it even mean?
So guys, it's okay. I know you don't read the chat, but I do read the chat. Because that's where I'm most of the time trying to find out what to get in space.
No, only when I'm on stage, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. But this is what all I want to say. I come in peace. I don't have any beefs with anybody. Not trying to win any awards. Not trying to prove anybody right or wrong. I don't want you to know, Ali. I've never seen you be, but I come in peace, bro. And you can say that I put the wrong thing in the Declaration of Independence, this and that. That's okay. Guys, I don't think, Ali, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ali, how many times have you actually had a conversation around any of our documents in this space? That's all I want to know from you. And then I'm going to explain.
Okay, so let's just think about this. You're suggesting, what do you think the responsibility of a government is towards its
To protect his people.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Edward, what do you think?
This is my understanding at 62 years old. It says we hold these truths to be self-evident. Our documents say we should have limited government. I believe in self-government. There's not a mayor, a senator, a congressperson, a governor, nor a president that is more important than Edward in our documents. Do you understand that?
Okay, the first thing, we the people of the United States.
Well, Mr. Edward is we.
That is not in the Constitution.
No, he is we, like just as I am.
Independent.
We are the people.
It's not in the Constitution of the United States.
Well, no, that's a declaration of war.
At least,
Why are you getting stuck on the Declaration of War?
so Edward, tell me, what are your thoughts?
Oh, wow. Are you just going to continue to attack Mr. Edward? Or,
Hello?
bro, Beaver, that's mean.
Okay. So,
Ali,
let
I'm
me
going to say, no, hold on, Ali, 1 second. No, hold on. No, but you can't tell me anything. You can't tell
You can't tell me
me.
anything either.
I'm not telling you anything. I'm not.
Anything either.
Ali, I never told you, Ali, I never told you anything. I'm not. You know what I said? No, I'm talking about Edward. Can I talk about Edward?
Sure.
I'm talking about Edward. Thank you. Because I did not come on this stage to center Ali. That's not what I did. Because I speak for Edward and Edward only. I I do not speak for you if you don't speak for me.
So don't say my name then.
Okay, I won't. And don't say my name, okay?
Okay.
So let's make sure we're the same page. Okay?
Praise your name.
Bree, stop. Seriously. So, to the room, okay, so you guys understand how Mr. Edward rose, okay? There is no government anywhere that is more important than you, the individual. We have been given unalienable rights by our Creator, not by a person, not by a government. Okay? I don't know where this concept comes from, but so many people in America keep thinking that there's some savior coming. The reason why we have the United States because we wanted to get away from the state, want to get away from central government. That's why we divorced Great Britain. That's why we did it. We got away from King George III for a reason, because we did not want a king, a potentate, a queen, a president, anyone to rule the individual life. Until this day, I'm 62. I'm going to continue to take care of Edward and his family.
Okay, so Ali is talking to Ali because Edward was talking to Edward. That's kind of interesting. So Ali is talking to Ali. Ali says,
No, only he didn't hear.
what Ali heard a minute ago, that is not part of it. That is
You
not
centered
part of
yourself and ruined our whole
That is from the
conversation, interrupting
Declaration
Mr. Edward. It just
That
wrecked
is-
everything,
That
dude.
is the Declaration.
That's what
of
you did,
Independence,
brother.
Not
So
the
enjoy it.
Constitution.
Speak.
Now,
Well, no, I mean, but like there was Bridget and now there's Ali.
I mean, Bryce,
So,
stop. Let
let
it.
me-
God damn it. Why are you guys?
let me tell you what.
There's a back and forth going between those two people. Why aren't you guys just shutting the fuck up and letting them have their fucking discourse? Like, this is so retarded.
Because it sounds retarded to listen to it.
Let me recite to you.
Yeah, we're having all these.
Not to everyone else. The preamble to the Constitution. This is exactly, it's one paragraph. It's short, and I've memorized it. Now listen to what they thought the responsibility of government ought to be. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for common defense, and promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Okay? So,
Hey, Joe B, you understand how much I threw up in my mouth a little bit because he said that?
okay, promote.
Let him
promote
finish.
the-
Jesus Christ.
Yes, thank you for that. So again, there were those four things, and also promoting the general welfare of its citizens. So there are embedded some responsibilities.
Oh, yeah, that's
that
not
government had. Okay, I'm going to leave it over here. I can't talk with this.
Take your EBT card and go to
That's ridiculous. Let him finish. Jesus Christ. This is a fucking conversation between. Hold on. This is a conversation between Edward and everybody else. Just shut the fuck up. Like, I'm not saying anything when I get triggered. Everybody, just shut up. Let them have their back and forth.
Okay, thank you, Pepe. The point that I'm making is just the preamble of the Constitution and the promoting the general welfare of the citizens is in the preamble to the Constitution. And the law of the land is not the Declaration of Independence. The law of the land is the Constitution, the idea the way it's been composed, and the sections of it. So the question is, what are the responsibilities of the government? And it's pretty much in the preamble that I presented to everyone. And but we can stop here Ed, if you wish, but then we can move on to something else.
I don't have anything more to add.
Okay, then let me just say this. I think the title is U.S., the hottest country in the world. It seems to me that is probably a correct claim and assertion for four reasons. Number one, the United States is the wealthiest nation on the face of the earth. Probably around 40% of the entire globe's wealth is owned by an American company. There is nobody comes even close. That's number one. Number two, our military is the biggest, largest, the more advanced military on the face of the earth. As a matter of fact, our budget, military budget, is around close to $1 trillion. You have to add up the budget of the next 9 advanced countries right behind us to add up to the United States budget. So military-wise, we are number one. There's no competition there, no ifs or buts about it. Number 3 is technologically, I would say this country, the United States, it's probably ahead of everyone else. And I would say probably China probably following us closely, but I have not seen any country to become number one or to take over or become number one in the technological field. And number 4, and the most important one, is the one Ed and I talked about, our Constitution. Foundationally, we have the documents, this Constitution, at least in principle, that that is the law of the land. And it's a fantastic document. Nothing like it exists. Particularly if you think about 250 years ago, these people may not like it, at least in principle, I would say. Now here's the question. The question is, how is it and how come this greatness of this great country of ours doesn't necessarily translate to the well-being in the healthcare area, in education, in infant mortality, in longevity, in number of people being in jail, and you can probably name the rest of it. When we compare and contrast the plight or well-being of our citizens in this country to other countries, particularly European countries, we fall short of, actually on the list, on some of these matrix that I gave, we come up with number 10, number 15, number 12. So in a sense, our greatness of our country does not translate into a well-being of our citizens. And we can think about the homelessness, we can talk about the drug issues, we can talk about poor people and healthcare and the rest of it. So that is where there's disconnect. And I land with it, and also the disparity between the wealth of the people, 1% that we all talk about, and the 99%. So there is something, it doesn't quite add up in terms of the greatness of the country does not translate necessarily to the well-being of its citizens.
Well, thank you, Ali, for that NLP ESL submission. I hope that you've improved your English language communication skills by putting up these four important landing games.
There's a serious conversation. He's just derailing it. You just move him.
No, and I apologize for being a dick, because I appreciate what you shared. It's just we were having a conversation and you totally just shit on it. But I appreciate your shit.
Universe. I'd like to also mention that in the Constitution, our freedom of speech and young men, short midget frog boys like Pepe, who have that freedom to say the N-word. Don't disrespect Pepe like that.
It's just stunning, the level of ignorance. And we had two examples of that on the stage. In terms of understanding the topics, and in this case, anyone we're talking about the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, and then it just come up just utter nonsense, things that doesn't, make any sense at all. For example, the man who talked about the free speech and the First
Who are you attacking now?
Well, that's what?
I was just wondering who you were attacking now.
No, I wasn't attacking anyone. Actually, I was just talking about. The man came on the stage and was attacking Pepe in terms of his freedom of speech in the First Amendment. Now I wanted to ask the man, what is the First Amendment? What's in it? I can tell you from the top of my head. Memorize.
Yeah, bring John back up.
So we could ask him, what his thoughts about the First Amendment. And I bet you anything, he has no idea what he's talking about.
I mean, I can give it a guess.
Bring him up, Can you bring him up, favor? Bring him up. I want to hear
Matt, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. All right, just double checking.
bring John back up? I really want to hear Ali debate John.
Please, why? Why would you hear that?
I want to hear that torture.
As long as he keeps it serious, I want to hear it too.
Alright, fine. Come on up, Kitover.
Okay, so
Hey, how's
let's,
that transfer go, Stevie?
let's just clarify. I'm answering, but the answer is, what is the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution? The First Amendment says, Ali, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of any complaints or grievances you might have. Or you can come to Clubhouse like you and just complain here all day long. Hell,
Was there a violation? Did they rule that the conversion therapy, something about conversion therapy was a violation in Colorado? Like banning it was a violation?
No, Supreme Court has actually took that into consideration. They have the Congress. Congress means they hear actually what the opposing sides are saying. But the ruling is going to come out in June or July time.
I think it's great news because we're going to be able to help gay atheists now. Finally, all these LGBTQ, trans, atheist, homosexuals, we'll be able to convert them back to normal society standards, which means no more sucking dicks or putting dicks in your asshole or any other.
Yeah, it looks like you're talking about the first-hand experience. You're so passionate about it.
Pressing my freedom, my First Amendment freedom.
So here's the question. You went, first let me just finish it. Okay, guys, he went out there and actually looked it up and read it to us. That's number one. I wanted to ask him immediately, I wanted to recite it. And now he's going to look it up, but once it comes up, I'm going to test him on, I think the first, the Bill of Rights, the 10 Amendments, if you want.
So the point of the,
I'm sorry, go ahead,
well, what do you want to listen to them for? I mean, I don't think anybody can really reference it from recite it verbatim. I mean, I think we all know what 1 and 2 are.
Sure, maybe it's not necessary, but the point is, what we're trying to do, he came on the stage, he made reference to the First Amendment and also attacked Pepe in a bad way, actually, that why and how come he's not exercising his First Right Amendment to do certain things. So from that perspective, I just thought it would be interesting to know his knowledge about the First Amendment. Then, as he was in the audience, as we were talking about it, we heard or whatever, we found it, which is good. Maybe he gets an education. Probably this is the first time he's ever read First Amendment. So it's a good thing. Something good came out of this thing. And
It's just crazy.
Anyway,
He probably already knew that. He's just crazy. He's just weird. But I mean, he takes shits on camera, wipes boogers on his shirt on camera. He's just a weird dude, but he knows a lot of stuff.
good for him. That's good.
So, Alan, where do you teach at?
It's a lot interesting to listen to John like taking a shit than before what the conversation was.
So I looked at your bio, Ali, and you look like a professor.
So I'm not a professor. I just most everybody knows. So I have a curious and have an interest in learning things. A lot more robustly than other areas, but I'm not a professor. But
A lot of us that have conversations on staff, we aren't chip, like we are not, academic. So it's fine.
I just look
you've
being
been
curious.
around here for 5 years. Ali, you're OG Clubhouse. You've been here 5 years or more.
Yeah, I started during the COVID actually. I forgot, like 22, 20, yeah. 4 or 5 years, I'm not sure. Off and on,
What I'll say is there's this really weird paradox that's happened to me. It was me personally. Like, I'm somebody who I had watched Black Lives Matter. I had to, even before BLM and the pandemic. Like, I was somebody who was like, oh, holy shit, this woke rhetoric, all of this bullshit, it's gone way too far. And of course, I'm talking like 7 years ago. Like, I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, I think there's like a narrative that needs to be told that's not being told. Because at the end of the day, nobody in the left can agree, or not agree, I should say, be able to prove that their narratives were even remotely true. And that's what really bothered me. And like, here we are today. I wish there was like this mass adoption of like held, and today is just like, holy shit, there obviously is. Things that were like completely taboo and off topic 6 years ago are like super mainstream. And I don't know how to feel about it. It's like, on the one hand, I'll listen to a lot of these energetic youngsters, and they want to, in a way, I look at them as just rebelling for the sake of, being, rebellious. And I don't know.
Punk rocks, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly. And so, like, if you look at like generations from the '60s up until guessing the late 2000 and teens, being punk rock, left with somewhat on the left, was rebellious. Now it's just like, oh, holy shit, yeah, fuck trannies, fuck immigrants, fuck non-white people. We are really going to go against the grain. And to an extent, they're like, obviously, you kind of should have seen that coming. Why wouldn't they? And the other thing is somewhat remarkable is if you look at the younger generations of Americans, there's like this very multi-ethnic coalition of people that push it back against the shit. Whether it's, look at all of the people in the social media sphere. Whether it's faggots like I won't call him a faggot, but I just have a lot of contempt for this individual. And Andrew Tate, Sneeko, Nick Fuentes, I forget the name of the Pakistani retard that always holds spaces on X. It's basically, what's ironic is you get this like white nationalist and almost Nazi-esque like movement that's literally inhabited by people of like different backgrounds, and I think a lot of it is just like them like it is them just kind of like gaming the system, wanting to chase clout. I don't know how sincere these beliefs are, but even when it comes to like countries like Israel, most people are not like really that tuned in politically. The vast majority of people, and they'll hear things about Israel and Muslims bad, which a lot of them are absolutely bad. We were told to like buy into this narrative and how it ties into the foundation of our faith, all of this bullshit. And none of us like really think too much of it. It's just like if something is repeated enough, any slogan or any narrative, the everyday people who are not paying close attention to buy into it. And that's kind of like what we've been seeing for decades. And we have we have the Zionist lobby that's largely Christian and Jewish. And these people are, and I know Edward, he was on here, he's a Christian Zionist. It was almost all bullshit. And it's been bullshit for a long time. And what's really weird, and I guess what's really pissed me the ever-living fuck off in maybe in comparison to other people on this app, is that I was somebody who was always in these alt-right spaces, and I would debate, and I have to defend Jews all the fucking time. I'm not a fucking Jew.